In the ceaseless hustle and clamor of life, we often lose sight of the true essence of our existence. Sometimes we need to pause, reflect, and draw from the wisdom of those who walked this earth before us. Today, we embark on a serene journey, delving into the profound teachings of a revered figure, Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. Born a prince, yet he relinquished royalty, wealth, and privilege in the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. His journey, one of self-discovery and contemplation, led to the profound truths that continue to guide millions around the world. Let us embark on this introspective journey, unraveling 12 timeless life lessons from Buddha. A journey into mindfulness, peace, and deeper understanding. A journey to the heart of Buddhism and beyond. The first lesson we explore is the middle way, a philosophy that the Buddha himself propagated, embracing a path of balance and abstaining from extremes. Siddhartha Gautama, once a prince ensconced in luxury, sought meaning and enlightenment by renouncing his royal privileges and immersing himself in ascetic practices. It was during this spiritual quest that he discovered the middle way, the root of moderation. In our modern, fast-paced lives, we often find ourselves swaying between indulgence and austerity, excess and deprivation. The middle way serves as a beacon, guiding us away from these extremes. It teaches us that the key to fulfillment, peace, and progress is often found in balance. Imagine our life as a stringed instrument. If the strings are too loose, they won't play. If they're too tight, they'll snap. The middle way encourages us to fine-tune the strings of our life so we can produce the harmonious melody of well-being. The middle way isn't just a philosophy. It's a practice, a lifestyle. It's about understanding our needs and wants, acknowledging our limits, and steering clear of excess. It's about finding the perfect equilibrium in our thoughts, actions, relationships, and pursuits. So, as we traverse the path of life, let us walk the middle way, cultivating balance and nurturing a peaceful existence. Let the middle way illuminate our journey, leading us towards tranquility and wisdom. The second lesson, impermanence, is a profound realization that Buddha experienced under the Bodhi tree. The world around us is constantly changing, nothing is permanent, and everything is transient. From the seasons that change to the breaths we take, impermanence is the rhythm of life. Understanding impermanence liberates us from our attachments and cravings. We begin to see the beauty of transience, appreciating the fleeting nature of our experiences, relationships, and even our own lives. When we grasp impermanence, we no longer fear change. Instead, we embrace it as an integral part of life. This wisdom teaches us not to hold too tightly onto things, to appreciate the present, and to gracefully accept the constant flow of life. It's in this acceptance where we find peace and learn the art of letting go. Remember, life is a river, constantly moving and changing its course, not a stagnant pond. As we continue our journey, let us internalize this lesson of impermanence, allowing it to reshape our perspectives, renew our appreciations, and ultimately guide us to a life of peace and acceptance. Our third lesson derives from Buddha's insightful teaching about detachment. Detachment is not about distancing ourselves from the world around us, but rather understanding and accepting the nature of life without being bound by it. This means letting go of our cravings, desires, and expectations, which are often the roots of suffering. In Buddha's teaching, detachment is a path to liberation. It's about freeing ourselves from the chains of desire that often lead us into sorrow and disappointment. It encourages us to acknowledge our feelings and experiences, but not let them control us. The practice of detachment promotes inner peace and resilience. It shields us from the turmoil of excessive desire and helps us remain balanced in the face of life's ups and downs. It's a tool for self-mastery, allowing us to live our lives more mindfully and joyfully. Understanding and embracing detachment is a crucial step on our path to enlightenment. As we walk this path, let's remember, attachment ties us to the external, but detachment frees the internal. Now let's delve deeper into the wisdom of Buddha's teachings. The fourth lesson from Buddha's teachings is compassion. Compassion, in Buddhism, is not simply a sentiment, but a deeply rooted practice. It is the understanding of the interdependence of all life and a commitment to alleviate the suffering of others. Buddha taught that compassion is a pathway to attaining nirvana. It requires us to put aside our self-interests and extend our love and kindness towards all sentient beings, irrespective of who they are. Compassion also involves understanding and empathy. It requires us to put ourselves in the shoes of others and respond to their pain as if it were our own. It's about acknowledging the suffering in the world and making efforts, however small, to alleviate it. The practice of compassion expands our hearts and minds. It enriches our relationships and brings us closer to our true nature, which is fundamentally kind and loving. Remember, when we light the path for others, our own path brightens too. Our fifth lesson revolves around the concept of mindfulness. Buddha emphasized mindfulness as a key practice for understanding the true nature of reality and for attaining enlightenment. It is a simple yet profound practice of being completely present and fully engaged with the task at hand. Mindfulness helps us pay attention to our thoughts, feelings, and actions without judgment. It allows us to fully engage with our present experiences rather than dwelling on the past or anticipating the future. It encourages us to live in the here and now, enhancing our appreciation for life as it unfolds. Furthermore, mindfulness is a vital tool for understanding ourselves better. By observing our thoughts and emotions objectively, we gain insights into our patterns and behaviors. We learn to respond to situations wisely rather than react impulsively. Practicing mindfulness can greatly enhance the quality of our lives. It can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary and bring depth to our everyday experiences. The sixth profound lesson from Buddha is acceptance. Buddha taught that suffering arises from craving for life to be different than it is. Therefore, the path to enduring peace involves accepting life as it comes, without resistance or denial. Acceptance doesn't mean that we stop striving for improvements or passively endure hardships. Rather, it's about understanding the reality of our situation, and from there, deciding how best to act. It's acknowledging that rain will fall and storms will come, but also that the sun will inevitably shine again. In our personal lives, acceptance can lead to greater peace and contentment. It can help us navigate conflicts, overcome challenges, and recover from setbacks more gracefully. By accepting the imperfections in ourselves and others, we cultivate a sense of compassion and understanding. Acceptance is a powerful practice that helps us embrace the ebb and flow of life with grace and poise. It's a key to unlocking the wisdom that lies within the challenges we face. As we continue our exploration of Buddha's teachings, let's carry this lesson of acceptance with us. Let's keep moving forward. Our seventh lesson from Buddha's wisdom is patience. In the face of a fast-paced world where immediate gratification is often sought, patience stands as a virtue of immense value. Buddha taught that patience is the antidote to anger and a path to understanding and love. Patience doesn't mean passively enduring. It's not about gritting your teeth while suppressing your frustration. Rather, it's the active, careful control and acceptance of the process that life often requires. It's about recognizing that many things unfold in their own time. In practice, patience involves understanding that our perception of time often affects our reactions. By viewing time as a friend rather than an enemy, we cultivate patience. We understand that growth, healing, and change often require time. Remember, a tree doesn't grow overnight. The moon doesn't become full in one moment. Similarly, our goals, dreams, and aspirations require time to come to fruition. As we absorb more of Buddha's teachings, let's remind ourselves of the beauty of patience and its power to transform our lives. The eighth lesson is living in harmony. Buddha taught that living in harmony with ourselves, others, and the world around us is the path towards a peaceful and fulfilling life. Harmony is not merely a state of balance, but an attitude of respect and understanding. Buddha encouraged us to develop inner harmony by fostering a balanced mind. He advocated for the practice of meditation as a means to achieve this. A mind in harmony is clear, peaceful, and able to better comprehend the reality of existence. Harmony with others is fostered through respect, understanding, and compassion. Buddha emphasized the importance of right speech, right action, and right livelihood, which promote harmony in our relationships and communities. Furthermore, living in harmony with nature is about respecting and protecting the world in which we live. We must understand the interconnectedness of all life and recognize our responsibility towards the environment. Living in harmony nurtures peace, both within and around us. As we delve deeper into Buddha's teachings, let us strive to cultivate this harmony in all areas of our lives. Steadily, we walk ahead on this enlightening path. The 9th lesson is about generosity. In Buddhism, generosity is regarded not just as a moral virtue, but also as a practice for the liberation of the mind. Buddha taught that giving unselfishly leads to personal growth and happiness. Generosity in Buddhism isn't limited to material gifts. It can be as simple as offering our time, kind words, or a listening ear. It's about showing kindness to others without expecting anything in return. By practicing generosity, we lessen our attachment to possessions and decrease the self-centeredness that often leads to suffering. Furthermore, generosity fosters compassion and strengthens our connections with others. It opens our hearts, enhances our sense of gratitude, and enriches our lives. Buddha stated, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." And generosity is an integral part of this spiritual life, a part that brings us closer to the essence of humanity. As we continue to explore Buddha's teachings, let us remember to incorporate the virtue of generosity in our daily lives, for it truly is in giving that we receive. Our 10th lesson from Buddha is about gratitude. Buddha often spoke about the importance of cultivating a mind filled with gratitude. He taught that gratitude, when practiced regularly, can greatly enhance our sense of happiness and overall well-being. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It's about acknowledging the good in our lives and appreciating the multitude of ways in which we are blessed. It's about recognizing the small joys, the everyday miracles, and the invaluable lessons each challenge brings. Practicing gratitude helps us shift our focus from what our life lacks to the abundance that's already present. It encourages positive emotions, fosters resilience, and strengthens social connections. Buddha once said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little." These words remind us to find gratitude in every experience, big or small. As we carry on our journey through Buddha's teachings, let's make a conscious effort to cultivate gratitude in our hearts, recognizing the blessings of each moment. The 11th profound lesson from Buddha is about freedom from attachment. Buddha taught that attachment is one of the primary causes of suffering. Hence, the path to lasting happiness involves learning to let go and freeing ourselves from these attachments. Attachment in this context doesn't only refer to material possessions. It can also be our clinginess to ideas, expectations, desires, people, and even our own identities. It's the inability to accept change and the tendency to hold on to things that are inherently impermanent. By developing a mind free from attachment, we cultivate a sense of peace and freedom. We learn to appreciate and enjoy life without becoming overly reliant or excessively tied to any particular outcome. We live fully in the present moment without constant worry about the past or the future. Buddha said, "You only lose what you cling to." This statement serves as a powerful reminder that the essence of life is impermanence and that true peace lies in our ability to let go. As we proceed further into the depth of Buddha's teachings, let's carry this lesson with us, practicing non-attachment and embracing the flow of life. In our final chapter of this journey, we delve into the concept of karma, one of the most profound teachings of Buddha. Karma refers to the law of cause and effect. Our actions have consequences, and what we are today is the result of what we've done in the past. Picture a farmer sowing seeds in a field. The type of seeds he plants will determine the type of crop that will grow. Likewise, our actions are seeds that we plant, and we inevitably reap the fruits of our deeds. Buddha taught that wholesome actions result in happiness and unwholesome actions lead to suffering. This is not a divine judgment, but simply the workings of a natural law. We have the freedom to choose our actions, but once we act, we can't escape the consequences. As we conclude this exploration of Buddha's teachings, let's remember that our choices shape our reality. By being mindful of our actions, we can steer our life towards the path of peace, love, and enlightenment. And that brings us to the end of our journey. We hope these lessons from Buddha have enlightened you, offered you wisdom, and guided you towards a path of peace and acceptance. Until next time, continue seeking, learning, and growing.